Welcome back to Anglo Siam Legal, and today's subject is going to be one that's really close to my heart and most of you guys out there: tax. John, what do you know of the situation now with tax? I know it's still a bit of a grey area. They still really don't know. We're now into the fourth quarter of the year, and we still don't really know exactly what. So can you explain, keep us up to date what the situation is now?
Obviously, most people know, as if you're a resident here or an expat, as of the 1st of January 2024, the tax regime changed. In previous years, you could keep income from the previous year and be untaxed and move it into Thailand untaxed the next year. So for example, in 2022, I earned a salary overseas, didn't send it in until 2023, no tax to pay. Now, as of the 1st of January 2024, irrespective of when you make that from the 1st of January onwards and when you take it in, it will be subject to taxation. What we don't know at this time is how this is going to be regulated. They've passed the law, it's in force, we're now into the fourth quarter, and they haven't told accountants and the revenue, how do we deal with this when we have bilateral agreements with the UK, with America, with Australia? That's the part we don't know. The personal taxation is subject to having a tax identification number. If you're resident in Thailand for 180 days or more per year, you must have a tax identification number. That's a 13-digit number that you get issued by revenue. That's what you file your personal tax return on. If you don't do that, you're committing a criminal offence. And we also believe this is going to be subject to immigration requirements for visa extensions in the not too distant future. Nothing's been ratified, we still don't know, but that's what our belief is. They will be asking for your personal tax return for your visa extension. So at the moment, any income you bring in that you are earning from overseas, that you're sending yourself from investments, sales of houses, etc., you have to declare, irrespective of whether you've been taxed in your home countries or not. You then have to prove you have a bilateral agreement and prove that you have been taxed on it. Then the revenue departments and, for example, HMRC in the UK will speak with one another and they'll come to a determination on what tax is due, if any. What they haven't said is how we're going to report this.
Right, so for example, we do have double tax laws in the UK, and for example, most people are here, they are here on a retirement visa, they've probably got a pension, they're already paying tax on that pension.
Correct.
What is their situation? What will they have to do?
All of the experts in the field, including our accountants, truly believe that if you're taxed on your pensions from your home country where we have a bilateral agreement, you're not going to get taxed on it in Thailand.
But you have to show.
Correct. You have to put in your personal tax return to show what you've sent into the country from overseas. Tell them why, how, when, if it's taxed, by what source. They will then look at that in conjunction with your home country's agreements and HMRC in the UK, for example, and they'll assess it. If it's all correct, you won't have tax to pay. If you haven't, they'll send you a tax bill.
Okay, and now what about for somebody like me? Somebody like me, I have a work permit, yep, and I do pay taxes on the company. Yep. What would I need to do by the end of this year? Okay, so where you have a company and you're working for the company, there's two things you've got to do. Obviously, your company has certain obligations throughout the year, and their closing statement is 1st of January through the 31st of December yearly. Is that so when you say 1st of January, is that from this year already?
Yeah, so the taxation year in Thailand, irrespective of where your person or your company is, from the 1st of January through the 31st of December each year. For companies, you then have 4 months to do your closing statements, get yourself audited and submitted to the revenue department. Personal taxes are along the same lines, but you have slightly less of a time period to do it. You usually have about 3 months to do it. So when you're working and own a company, you've got your company's tax returns to do and your personal ones, because obviously you're getting a salary, bonuses, you've got withholding tax, you've got to declare all of that. For people who are on retirement visas or marriage visas and they have income from employers, you still have your personal taxes to account for. You're getting salary every month, you're paying social security, you're paying withholding tax, all has to be accounted for.
John, thank you for the information. Can you tell everybody how we're going to find you?
Absolutely. Number will be on screen, website will be on screen, email will be on screen. But if you're in Pattaya, the easiest way to do it, we're opposite Big C South in South Pattaya, opposite the car park. Pop in, say hello, let's have a coffee.